In this week's adventure, we set sail once again in search of more empty, picturesque anchorages. We dive back into the ocean in search of fresh food as we try to live our very best life. Beautiful morning. A beautiful morning in Porthscatho with a cup of coffee. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that. This is an absolutely stunning place to wake up to. There's only one other boat here. We had the place all to ourselves up until right at the end of the day. I guess that's one of the nice things about September. All the kids are back at school. Although, to be honest with you, you do get a lot of these anchorages pretty much to yourself anyway around the UK coast. Most people seem to sort of, I don't know, head to marinas or head to a mooring somewhere. That's probably one of the best bits about sailing around the UK is, I mean, there are congested spots, don't get me wrong. If you go to the Isles of Scilly or some spots, you know, some big hot spots around the Solent or Cornwall even, then there are some busy anchorages, but it doesn't take long to find one that's nobody's in it. Which is really lovely. A lot of people that know of our channel, they're always asking like, when are you going to go somewhere? And I look around at some of these amazing places we get to wake up to and I think, how is this not somewhere? Just remarkable places. Anyway, if you're really enjoying seeing the very best of Britain, the most beautiful spots you can have to explore on a boat, and you love the idea of a lifestyle channel that sort of shows you what it's like to live on a boat 365 days a year in the UK, and we've got some pretty awesome adventures planned. We've actually got a 365 days unplugged from the grid coming up. We've got some modifications to make, but if you want something a little different, then hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and come follow us along and see just what this majestic country has to offer. Welcome back to the floating off-grid mothership. I've got a different plan today. The battery on our outboard's quite low and we're struggling to sort of top the solar up today. It's not been the best. So in order to preserve some battery life, I think at low tide I'm just going to literally dive in the water right here. Look at that. It's absolutely crystal clear. And it's not very deep, but it's super sandy where we are. So I'm going to dive in, I'm going to swim to the edge of a reef, I'm going to look for flatfish, scallops, anything at all that will be living in the sand. I'm going to take the spear gun with me, I'm going to swim all the way around basically the coast, the edge of the coast, and see if I can see any lobster holes or any fish swimming around the reef. Just go for a bit of explore, see what's there. Yeah, it's going to be an easy one today. We're not going to venture far, just straight off the boat, see what Mother Nature's got in store for us. Hello, mate. I'm off hunting. You can take care of the ship whilst I'm away. That's an affirmative. Good man. So that, just as I said, we're struggling to get any power in the banks today. Here comes the sun. Take you, plop you in here. Give me the power. I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. Alright, let's get back on board.
And this is the moment I'd usually layer in some music which I feel best captures the moment. However, before I do, I thought I'd share a little behind the scenes look of what it really looks like when Captain Carly and her Disney fingers get hold of the iPod.
You know we have a YouTube channel where most of our audience are actually over the age of 7, right? So we need to maybe focus on doing some of this before getting too hard into the Disney, and we're 100% getting demonetized for that.
Okay, back to business. We made the decision to take Kadoa further east along the coastline. While Carly takes a moment to write to our amazing patrons all over the world to let them know what's going on behind the scenes, let me take a second to say thank you to all the new members of our Patreon Kadoa crew, who are Stuart Armstrong, Living Our Best Story, Paul Bernstein, Robert Krause, Andrew Dye, Daniela DeLucia, I certainly hope I pronounced that one correctly, and Sarah and Ian Bayliss. And a huge thank you to everyone who supported us directly through the run button on our website, as well as everyone who contributed on the super thanks button right here on YouTube. You are all absolute megastars. Thank you so, so much.
Pots, pots, pots. You see the white one that we're looking like we're going straight for? Okay. That's where we're heading. Got a beautiful backdrop here. We're at high tide right now, and we're somewhere in between springs and neaps. It might be more neaps, so we're probably going to lose a couple of meters during the tidal swing. So yeah, we're not anchored in. We're going to drop the anchor in what is probably about 6 or 7 meters now, so that'll drop down to 4 or 5. And it looks like there's some beautiful cliffs here, just emerald green looking cliffs into the beautiful turquoise water. And I'm hoping there's some reef out here, just extending under the water slightly, that'll be hiding some of those delicious lobsters.
And after swapping one tranquil anchorage for another, having the entire place to ourselves, yet again, there really was only one thing left to do.
That has got to be the very best thing that comes out of the ocean. Lobster cooked in garlic and butter. It's just... I know I say it all the time, but I really wish they could invent a camera that captured smell. Absolutely perfect.
I interest you in some mushroom couscous.
Oh, I'd love some mushroom couscous. Wild paracel mushroom couscous, salad. Oh, as fresh as it gets. It literally was caught an hour ago. That is absolutely delicious, and I don't want it to go cold. So we're gonna leave it here. We're gonna eat the rest of this food. If you enjoyed coming along, if you enjoy coming along for the hunt and following adventures, living off-grid on a floating boat, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? If you enjoy coming along for the hunt and then enjoying following the adventure, life, living off-grid as best we can on our floating home, then hit the subscribe, hit the like, and jump in the comments and say hi, and we'll see you next time. Are you going to say goodbye as well, Hank? Oh, you had a lot to say a second ago. Now nothing. What can you do? See you next time.
And if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out one of these two videos for more Kadoa adventures.